The driving question we chose was, what is the impact of a single moment on life? How do our choices reveal our character? We will go through many different texts we've had through the year, along with one modern-day example.
Shakespeare's play Macbeth reveals how the impact of a single moment can reflect on the character's further choices throughout the story. This also goes along with how the character acts. At the very beginning of the play Macbeth, there are 3 witches, and they are telling Macbeth his fate of how he will soon become the king. They state, "All hail Macbeth, that shalt be king hereafter." They say this in Act 1, Scene 3, line 50. This reveals the significance of a single moment on Macbeth's life, because throughout the story, as it progresses, Macbeth soon finds out that in order for him to become king, he must kill his present king, known as King Duncan. At first, he is unwilling to kill his own king, who he is very loyal to, but as his wife, Lady Macbeth, finds out, she convinces him to kill the king. This is important because in Act 2, Scene 3, line 86, the people that have found King Duncan's body state that our royal master's been murdered. Macbeth's choice to kill his own king to become king has revealed the impact of a single moment on his life and how important it is.
Of Mice and Men is a story about 2 men, George and Lenny. Lenny is a large-built man who has a mental disability, and George is his friend who looks after and protects him. They have to flee their old town because Lenny was accused of raping a girl. They go off to a new town with a dream of owning a plot of land, farming it, and raising rabbits. Lenny then pets a newborn puppy too rough and accidentally kills it. Curly's wife comes to flirt with him, and Lenny strokes her hair. This turns violent, and Lenny accidentally kills her as well. He flees the town. George finds Lenny and shoots him in the back of the head, believing that it was his only option. There are many examples of a single moment that impacted their entire life. The first would be when Lenny and George had to flee because Lenny was accused of rape. In Of Mice and Men, on page 41, Lenny goes up to a girl with a red dress, and he reaches out to feel this red dress, and the girl lets out a squawk. This situation affected all the rest of their life, as they had to run away from their home, get new jobs, and meet new people. The situation also reveals how Lenny doesn't mean his touching in any kind of harmful way, he just has a mental disability. The second moment that significantly changed their lives was when George shot Lenny and killed him. After Lenny killed Curly's wife and fled the ranch, George came after him. He was telling him a story of their future, and during that, he pulled the trigger. The crash of the shot rolled up the hills and rolled down again, Steinbeck 106. Lenny's life was dramatically changed since he was dead. George also had a very significant life change, as he had been taking care of Lenny for a very long time. This changed all of George's life plans. This also reveals how brave George is for killing him in the nicest way possible before Lenny could have gotten to him. A Road Not Yet Taken by Robert Frost is a poem about the impact of choices you make and where they can lead you. He talks about being stuck between 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, symbolizing a decision that he has to make. He sees that one of the roads has been chosen by many people that looks very bright, and the one not yet taken looks far worse. He talks about how he could not travel both, Frost, which in real life is a hard decision for people to make. He goes on to say that he took the road less traveled by, and that has made all the difference, Frost. He decides a road less traveled with risks and says how large of a difference it made in his life. The impact of a single choice changed his entire life.
A modern-day example of the impact of a single moment on people's lives and how their choices reveal character is on January 28, 2018, Trump administration said that nearly 200,000 Salvadorans must leave the country because they were found to be illegal immigrants. This impacted the lives of many family members because their children were able to stay in the country, but they had to leave. Due to the fact many parents were leaving their country along with their children, many children, following the laws put in place from Trump administration, many kids were put into orphanages because they had nowhere else to go. The impact of a single moment on a life is very important. This can be seen throughout many texts that we have read throughout the year and a couple modern day examples. These examples have shown how the impact of a single moment can drastically change a person's life. Following the impact, the choices that the character makes can reveal what kind of character they are. If they are an antagonist or a protagonist is up to them.